Hello friends, today I am going to discuss about little overview about UML diagrams. If you are a university students and doing software engineering or with related subjects, you may probably know about UMLs. If those who know or still don't have a good idea about this, don't worry, this is for you. Uh, at the end of these tutorials, you might be get a good knowledge about these things. Okay guys, let's jump up to the topic. What is actually UML is? XML, UML is a versatile visual language that is used to model a software system. If I explain more, in software industry has been divided their opinion regarding the use of XML diagrams. When we talk about advantage guys, UML is a highly recognized and understood platform. Anyone can easily understand. It means not only techie guys like developers, I mean product client or clients or business people and all. Let's think guys, if you are a developer, you have to do some fixes or feature improvements which code is written by someone else. Assume you don't know about what are the logics behind that. Then you need to take a time to get a good understand, right? Yeah. If you are find UML diagrams which is related that implementation is very helpful and reduce your time as well. If you are a developer or software engineer, definitely you may face that kind of situation many times, I'm sure. Also, it is a understandable notation. So among software developers, let's us brief about advantages. So there are 14 different types of UML diagrams for modeling applications. Developers use only 3 or 4 to document a software system, uh, which are class diagrams, ER diagrams, sequence diagrams, and use case diagrams. Remaining are the most of work. What this implies is that you need to know just 20% of UML languages to explain 80% of your modeling needs. When drawing UML diagrams, there are so many open source tools in markets. I personally use diagrams.net. You can download or you can use in online through this link. So I have mentioned in this slide. Okay, let's jump into the diagrams.net and let's see how we can design a real world practical examples. Today I am going to teach you how we can design in a library management system. Here I'll draw a ER diagram. So this may be very basic diagram. This might be very helpful those who are new for designing a project. I'll hope to do this kind of designing videos few more. I'll show you how we can design a project step by step from beginners level to intermediate and even to the industry level as well. Now I'm going to draw a ER diagram for library management system. As I said earlier, guys, this may be very basic design. This is for get the idea about ER diagram. Later, we can think how we can design in a high level and is industry level designing. So here you can get a basic idea about designing projects. Before you draw a diagram, what are the main entities for this system? As a library system, you can think main three entities: books, publisher, and member. Those are the main entity I am going to draw. Uh, when you draw in the this ER diagram for entity, uh, we can use this type of rectangle. So I want to draw three entities. So this is like that. This is my three entity. This is for books, this is for publisher, and this is for member. Okay, then we need to think what are the relationship which each entities. So books and publisher. Uh, what is the relationship you think? We can get published by. So books is going to publish by publisher. Okay. Yeah, we don't want arrowhead as well, right? So we can simply use a straight line. Here I use a straight line. Okay. This relationship is published by. Something like that. Then publisher and member, as well as books and member. We need to map, right? We need to think about the relationship. What is the relation books and member? Books are borrowed by member, right? So then relationship is borrowed by. Simple. Arrowheads are not mandatory, so I use a straight line. map. Okay, like that way. Then guys, our publisher, books and member, all three entities are mapped. So then next step is we need to mention what are the properties, what are the attributes for each entity. Okay. What are the attributes for publisher? For attribute, you know, right? This type of symbol you can use. Publisher have publisher ID. Okay. Then we can think actions like publisher name and publisher contact number, publisher address, like that. More you can use. Okay. Publisher ID. This is for publisher name. This is for publisher address. One more I will add. So this is for publisher contact number. Okay, publisher is now okay. Then books attribute. What are the books entity? Sorry, what are the attributes for book? This can be book. We can get book ID and author and title and price. Also availability. So we need to check whether this book is available or not. So we can maintain like separate attribute like availability. is member, sorry, entity, member entity. So we need to decide what are the attributes for that member entity. So uh, as usual, we can get member ID. When it comes to our database design part, member ID has become a primary key. So more to learn. So uh, member ID. So we can get member name, member type, member address, and anything. So whatever you want, we can. It's related to that member. If it is the attributes related to that member, we can use. So I add a few more attributes. Okay, that's enough. We have five attributes for member: member ID, member name, member address, member type, and membership date. So our attributes is now okay. Then, guys, so in the relationship also we can think about what are the what are which kind of attributes we can use. So as a borrowed by date, we can mention due date and return date as well. No? So in these relationships, those are some kind of I think this is useful when we designing our database architecture. So I use two attributes for this relationship. One for due date, one for return date. As a publisher, okay, I think all good now. So borrowed by, have, return date, due date. We can add one more like issue, no? So when we give, when we borrowing a book, so there may have some issue, no? So for that I add new attribute as issue. I think it's good. Now okay. Then books are published by publisher, and books are borrowed by member. Member contain member ID, member name, member address, and member date. So when we borrow in the book, we have three more attributes: issue, due date, and return date. And when it comes to the book entity, it contains availability, title, author, book ID. Yeah, that's good. So this is our basic ER diagram for library management system. So this is good. I think we can do some main functionality with this ER diagram. So next step, I'll show you. After we creating a ER diagram, we can think about our database architecture as well. For that, also we can design some diagram. So it may be very easy when we doing coding. So for that, for next step, I'm going to draw, and I'll show you how we can designing a database diagram. For that, guys, so you need to know, you need to some basic knowledge about entity relationships. You know, sometimes one to one, one to many, many to many, and many to one. Like those relationships we need to consider. So I assume that you have some knowledge about the entity relationship. So let's do it. When you come into the when to designing database diagrams, uh, those three are the main classes. Classes means entities. So in RDBMS or relational diagrams, for when it comes to relational diagrams, we consider as those are the entity, and entity will be our database table as well. So forget about all things. So let's create three entities for books, publisher, and member. Okay, this is for book entity, this is our publisher entity, this is our member entity. So then we need to think what are the relationships of this each entity. So Then books and publisher. Which relationship we need to prefer? So one publisher can publish many books, right? Then as from the publisher side, relationship is one to many, right? So one publisher can publish many books. Then one to many relationships. Okay. Is it possible one book to publish many publishers? It's no, right? It's impossible. So this both these relationships is one to many. In many, so identifying these many sides, so I'm using a strict mark, and this side I use 1. Okay, then this relationship we can consider one to many, right? Then books and member. This is the relationship between books and member. One member can borrow multiple books, right? Then from member perspective, so one to many, right? Then when you think about books perspective, so many books can buy one member, right? Is it okay? One member can buy many books. It's correct. One book can buy many members, multiple members. Is also correct, right? Then what's the relationship between this? It's maybe one to many, right? One book can be by many members, then it's one to many. Then one member can borrow many books. Then from this side on also one to many. Then we can consider this relationship as many to many, right? This relationship is strong. So we know that. Huh? So you know, right? So when we designing many to many relationship, we need to maintain a separate entity for that. Okay. For that I created the books member, right? Separate entity. Okay. Here I'm name it as books of member. Okay, this is our fourth entity. So we need to map, right, which books is borrowed by which member borrowed by which book, like that. It's kind of like mapping table, so you can think like that. Okay, right. Then our entity is now good. Okay, this is one-to-many relationship, and this is many-to-many relationship. Okay, guys. Then we need to fill these attributes like that way. So we can consider like this is the what is the primary key of this book ID? This is book ID, right? Book ID is the primary key. What is the primary key of publisher? Publisher ID. Primary key of member ID. Then guys, this is about many to many, so we need to get primary key as this book ID as well as member ID. Okay. we can consider composite keys. Multiple keys we can consider as a primary key, or else we can uh, keep as books of member ID as a primary key, and member and book ID as separate key. So that's fine. So, or else we can think like book ID plus book ID plus books of member ID plus member ID as a primary key. Then is key considered as a composite key. So you can choose to one. Okay, this mapping is now finished. Then publish and books, right? So I'm not. We need to write those title, author, price as well. So here, then we need to find what are the foreign keys, right? So, books and publisher has one to many relationship. Then um, this is a one to many. So then publisher ID consider as a foreign key of books entity, right? So this is a one to many. No? So then publisher ID become a foreign key about books entity. Okay, then you can mention all other, right, price, author, title, like all the properties we can maintain. So I'm not going to write. So you need to consider those sub properties as well. So this is we can consider like a simple database diagram. Okay. So this is how we need to think of designing designing a database diagram. So then if you are going to create a library management system, then you can start your coding. So you can create your REST controllers, you can create a DAO, DTO, repository classes, and if you are using relational database like Postgres, or if you are using MongoDB, or you can use Mongo repository, Postgres, you can Postgres repository as DAO part. So we can learn those steps in future. So as for now, this is our database diagram. So that's what you need to learn about ER diagrams and as well as database diagrams. These are actually basic things. So in next I'll show you how you can design some intermediate level ER diagrams as well as database diagrams. That's it, guys. Okay, what is next? I'm going to show how you can design more system diagrams like this. So I'm supposed to do a few more videos related to this system designing part. So till then, subscribe to my channel, stay tuned, and stay safe.